Hello, I'm Dr. Brian McDonough, and I am very happy that the J&J vaccine has been approved with emergency use authorization, and here's why. The J&J vaccine is a one-dose vaccine. That means that you're able to get to people and not to necessarily worry about a second dose or trying to get them scheduled for a second dose. We can get them the vaccine, and make sure that they are protected. Logistically, this is huge because I will tell you, one of the toughest parts about the two-dose vaccines is getting people in, rescheduling them, even building computer programs and code to reflect that, to make sure people show up. All of those things are essentially making it much harder. Now, the J&J vaccine is not perfect. None of them are. But here's the deal. It works differently than the Pfizer or Moderna. Pfizer and Moderna are mRNA vaccines. mRNA is injected into our body, and we build antibodies against COVID. It's very harmless, but we build the antibodies and it protects us. But in order to build the necessary levels, you have to get two vaccines based on the studies. So there's either 3 weeks later with Pfizer, 4 weeks later with Moderna. J&J works differently. It's more traditional. They take a harmless cold virus, an adenovirus, and they took a little piece of the genetic material and replaced it with coronavirus genetic material. The harmless virus is injected into your body, and you start to build a reaction, a natural reaction against coronavirus, and you're able to do it with just one injection. Now, there is discussion back and forth about effectiveness of each, but here's what I think is the key, and this is me as a physician speaking and someone who has seen the devastating effects, unfortunately, of this virus. You are much less likely to be hospitalized and certainly much less likely to end up in an ICU or killed by this virus once you are vaccinated. And that's the big thing we're trying to do. In addition to getting herd immunity and trying to shut down how this virus is spreading and mutating, we want to make sure that if you get the virus, you have the best chance of perhaps getting sick, but not necessarily going into these severe, unpredictable cases that we're seeing. And that's the goal here. So when I say, am I happy about J&J? Absolutely. I understand that by the end of March, there'll be 20 million doses available. These are numbers we need. We have to succeed. We got to get to all groups of people, whether they're rich, they're poor, whether they're in the country or their city. We just got to get people vaccinated because, frankly, we're all in this together.